if y'all were in the situation, men, women at home, and your wife is giving birth, she's in labor, and a doctor comes to you and says, we can only save one, your wife or the child, which one would you pick? Based off what I decided to choose, me and my girl got into like almost like a passionate argument. I couldn't believe we was in an argument that we was in.
Did you pick to slump your girl?
No. I picked the kid to go.
Right.
I wasn't giving up my girl for nothing.
Right.
And my girl was like, yo, if you did that when I'm out that June, I'm done with you. Like, it's like a rap. Like, if you going, like this is our kid. You put the kid's safety and everything first.
Dev Nasty.
What up? Welcome to an all-new episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Dangerous Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mama, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. And, you know, we got a special guest with us today because one of our hosts is off doing fabulous, amazing things, and she's too good for us right
Blowing
now.
Up out this piece.
So shout out to Walesca D. She's not here. But before we get to our special guest, all the way to the left of me.
Listen, y'all know what it is, man. It's 2 P's involved. It's your boy Pretzel Pressure. Y'all know what it is. Pyrex is prison. Like, you name it, positivity, though, right now is the most current one. But it's your boy, man, Double P. We here, the Devinwade Show.
And actually to the right of him, introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? I'm Dominique Janelle.
Yo, if y'all might know her from an episode of Talk Heavy where she was very mean-spirited and some things that she said about certain people, certain communities.
Go watch that episode. You don't want to miss that.
And it was great. It was greatness. But tell them what you do. Tell them.
I do film directing.
Uh-huh.
I do film assistant directing. I just make movies and make magic.
Tell them your latest piece. What was your latest work?
Ooh, Money Lovers.
Money Lovers. That you already
And that
know.
joint was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot.
It's Money Lovers. You know that joint got everybody here in the movie. Well, not the Nasty Girls. They're not in the movie. But
He was at the premiere though.
they was at the premiere. But Monica will be probably, if there's a Money Lovers too, she'll be in a sex scene with Kyrie Terrell. All right, so you know she'll be in the sex scene. All right, and to the left of me.
Y'all already know it's your girl Sin City in the building. I'm looking like Batman because Double P looked like Robin.
I got my Robin shit on the day.
And of course, behind the bar, we got the Mix Mutt with the big bird.
What's up, guys? It's your favorite one of Monica, and we're the Devinwade Show.
All right, man. How everybody feeling? Everybody good?
Everybody's great.
You nervous?
Nah.
Oh, okay, she good money, man. Well, listen, we're gonna get into right into what we're gonna talk about today. We got a couple of real, I don't know if it's gonna get argumentative, but we're gonna see how it goes.
Oh my God, I hope not.
I mean, it might, but the first thing we're gonna start off with is, you know, we're in a business where everybody knows each other, and sometimes it starts to become difficult in knowing who's a friend, who's a work friend, who's an associate, whatever you want to call it. So what I want to talk about today is what are the rules, parameters, things, the guidelines behind dating an ex's associate or friend. You know, y'all was together, y'all been around a lot of the same people, y'all go your own way. Now you're dating a woman that you know you've seen with her. You know, that was her people's at one point. How do y'all feel about that period?
I feel like, for one, I feel like the most important thing with stuff like that, right, is because I've never really like been in a situation like that myself, but I've been around them. And I think for me, the main thing is kind of like knowing the difference, bro. Like, I think there's a difference in like someone who like, let's say I got a girl who I was with, right? For a long time. We break up. Now this is my ex. I think the people who were her friends is one thing.
Okay.
I think the people who she knew is a different thing. Everybody she knew wasn't her friend. You get what I'm saying? Like, she might have just, it's because it's people you grow up with in your neighborhood where y'all lived around each other. Y'all might have went to school together. Like, y'all had no choice but to kind of like meet and kind of like cross paths. Okay. So in those meetings when y'all used to cross paths, y'all might eventually started saying, what up? Peace. How you doing? But it wasn't never really no friendship. Right. So I just feel like it'd be a lot of those situations where people would be like, oh my God, he talking to somebody I knew. Or a man might do it. Yo,
men will definitely do it. We'll do it.
Right. I can't believe, you know, and a man would be like, yo, I can't believe she trying to talk to bull. She knew I used to be around bull. Like, my thing be like, was it really like one of your friends? And, you know, because it's a difference.
Because it's like if you guys just know each other, then is there supposed to be loyalty there? Because if I don't really rock with you like that, then am I supposed to have that type of loyalty towards you?
Yeah. What if you don't, it's not that you don't rock with them. Is that you see her all the time and you like, yo, she's nice. I talk to her in the morning. Like, we happen to see each other at Starbucks all the time and we have a banter and then that's...
Like, me personally, like, if we not friends, but like there is some type of something, like we're associated some type of way. So if I knew a girl and her dude and we not cool like that, but I know the relationship and stuff like that, I'm cool off of dating somebody. To me, that's just messy. I don't want to get like, that's your dude. Everybody knew that was her dude. Now they not together now. Like, I'm cool. You know how many people are in this world? I'm not about to sit here and just be dating. It's too close.
And nowadays with social media and stuff,
close.
Everybody's
There's too many
clones.
options.
Everybody's like a clone of each other nowadays. So it's like, I don't want to say nobody's original, but just know that there's not only one you. I'm not going to be stuck on you because I know that there's going to be somebody that's going to be like you in some way, shape, or form.
So
I'm stuck.
So listen.
Hold on, what?
I feel like I'd be stuck. Like, there's no other. I want this fish. There's no other fish in the sea.
Okay.
I feel like I would want that fish.
And I was going to kind of like speak on it. I wanted to kind of like, you know, because me and Dev like to play devil's advocate and throw a monkey wrench in the game sometimes and make it a twist. So Dom, like for you, and Cinca chime in on it too.
Ooh, Chinka.
What if there's like something there though? What if there's like something there, like instantly, like a spark?
Like you
Like
feel
a
like
love at first
you feel him, like you feeling him though.
It's perfect. It's everything
and he
you've been
wasn't
wanting
really
for.
a friend of your ex. It was just somebody they may have knew of each other. They may have spoke once, shook hands twice in a different setting, some type of.
So I'll say this, like it just make me look at you a little different. So it's like I don't even think I would even open myself up for it to be that little spark or all that. Like I've been in a situation like that. Like I was dating somebody and then we stopped dating and then I met somebody else and I was just like, oh cool. Then I found out they was cool and I was like, nah, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, kind of like
and they were just like, really? And I was like, cause that's too close. It's messy. I don't like it. I don't want that person to feel the type of way this situation. I'm cool. I gotta go.
Cause I know you said there's a big world and a lot of people, but we have to really take proximity in account, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And so the more popular you are, like I know everybody, it's way more. If I'm popular and my girl is popular, most likely, unless we start dating people that live out of the damn state where it's like becomes these long distance relationships,
Right.
shit gonna start overlapping because everybody know me and call me the homie. And everybody know you. You a hairdresser or some shit.
I feel like that's a reason why I didn't get into a lot of relationships that I could have gotten into because I remember just growing up being around the same group of guys. You know, as we get older, you know, we all kind of like grouped up to like the same type of like, you know, jobs and what we did where it comes to podcasting. I'm a photographer. I'm this. We're kind of all doing the same thing, rising up together. And I feel like I could have had like some relationship spark like that, but I felt like, again, it was too close to home and people knew each other. So I feel like that's a reason why it stopped me from getting into those relationships.
I mean, I respect your answer 110%, right? Because to a certain extent, again, we talking about friends and kind of like the differences. I'm definitely the same way. Like I'm not going like.
But she's saying it don't matter. Have to be a friend. She's saying as soon as she see the overlap.
Because my thing is, I don't want mess. I don't want to be involved in any situation that's about to get messy. So if I'm with you and then I end up being with you and I could see that it's going to be mess, I'm cool. I'm cool off of it. It's just like when I say there's a lot of people, like there's a lot of people, other people around that I might be able to spark something with that's not going to be overlapping and make it messy. Soon as I sense that something going to get messy, I'm cool.
But I feel like it would be.
I'd rather be peaceful. I don't want all of that drama that could be caused or happen because I'm dating people that are too close to each other.
You'd rather be safe than sorry.
Right. Yeah.
Some people can handle it though. Like they could be understanding and move the correct way for it to be something. So you're just kind of saying like if there's any hint of possibility it could be messy, you're out.
If it's and the thing is, for what I do. The world is not that big. It's very, very small.
That's what I'm saying.
And a lot of people talk, a lot of people do things. So you do have to navigate in a little bit of a different way, especially like I said, when people know you're in a business where there's spotlights on you, you have to move in a different type of way than if you were just Joe Schmo working at whatever and nobody knows who you are.
Joe's
so
Crab Shack.
Like you do have to move in a different way. You do have to be conscious of what could be perceived as messy and stuff like that. And not saying that people's opinions matter, but I've been in situations similar to that, and I'm like, I'm cool because I know what comes with that. And then it's like I can judge, do I want to go there? Is he worth it? Or do you just move on?
Real quick, as a director, Porta, as a director, let's say if you date an actor, or deal with an actor, are you saying like from that point you wouldn't deal with another actor because they might?
No,
no. So it wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be to that extent because basically that's what happens. People are meeting each other out on these casting calls.
But if I start dealing with you and I stop and I deal with you, and then later on down the line, them two, it is what it is. We already know what we're doing.
Dom, does time, and I just because we love to get into all different angles of this stuff, right? And this is the reason why we wanted to bring it to the table and put it on the chopping board. But does time change? Like, can time change these scenarios? Because I feel like if you dated somebody back when you was like 18, right? Y'all went to the prom together, y'all did whatever, right? And it actually didn't work out. It's done. It's a done. Matter of fact, you're 30 something now, right? And you meet someone who's older now. They're 30 something.
And what if homegirl is like married now?
But they knew your ex that was 18 that you went to the prom with. They knew him. They was from the same neighborhood probably, but they wasn't like really like friends. And then you meet a person. And the only reason why I ask that is because I be kind of like feeling like sometimes I kind of like run into it, right? Where I come across like a certain female and like we may be homies and she may have knew like one of my exes to a certain extent, but they wasn't really like friends. I know because I know my ex.
Time does make a big difference.
So because what we try to do is we try to figure out the math of relationships,
and
right?
we try to figure out what's cool and what's not cool.
Can I tell y'all what I just thought about too? Like you said that the world is small. So I'm thinking like the world is small, but it's even smaller when you get to the top because only a certain amount of people can make it to the top. So I feel like you need to have this self-awareness about yourself to kind of figure out where you are at in this pyramid. If you're at the bottom, it's less likely that you're gonna I don't want to say less likely you're going to run into those situations and care. But when you get to the top, like celebrity status, more than likely you guys are going to end up sharing celebrities. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got the same lawyers, the same managers. There's a lot of shit.
So I feel like there's different understandings that need to come with each tax bracket or just popularity bracket at that.
So I'm going to tell you a rule of thumb that a lot of dudes have, and I don't know if they're still applying it, but it used to be, so niggas would be like, yo, if I shook bull hand before, I can't do it. Yeah, that used to be a one. Yeah, then niggas took it to, if I got his number in my phone, I can't do it. That's a major one right there. I want to know from the people in the chat what their rule is. If you got the person's number in your phone, because you got to think, we go out to mad shit. If I go to, we at the Money Lovers premiere, I'm meeting new people that we familiar with each other, maybe online.
Right.
We exchanging numbers. Now I got your number. We text back and forth something light. But now I run into a woman and I'm digging her and she used to go with bull. Am I out of pocket? Because what niggas will do is niggas will stake their claim. They will call you, let you know, oh, I saw you was with my shorty. That's my joint. Like, that's what we do. We do it.
And it's you over here like, don't claim me, motherfucker.
I ain't do it.
9 times out of 10, right? 9 times out of 10.
And in these situations, a lot of people will lie.
A lot of people
will lie and exaggerate.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers would be like, motherfuckers would be like, they make it seem like somebody was their girl.
I had two friends like that.
Because they really just don't want the other motherfucker to get her.
Yeah. That is definitely real.
Like, and I think that's like super
yeah,
whack.
We had something. I'm just like, it was just a
Because
little
I have got
wait, hold on, let's circle the block. Hold on,
spin the block.
Hold on, spin the block. So, okay, it might not be an official relationship, but even if it was a thing, because I count that as a relationship, like you fuck with the nigga. So some niggas will do that, be like, yo, that's my girl. But really what happened is they used to just fuck sometimes or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Right.
But do you group that the same? Do you respect it the same way? Like, damn, he still... Because niggas will act like they don't love the girl that they just fuck with, but they love them.
That's why
I used to love Jones that I was like, I never committed to him, but I love them.
You right.
Do you love them?
But not enough to commit.
No, do you love them or do you feel entitled to them? Like, that's like yours.
No, I kind of
like
felt
that's me.
It was both.
That's me. You know what I mean?
There's a little Monica in you,
It was
like that shit.
It was both. Because what it would be is like, I love the Joan, but there's certain things about him that I can't put him all the way under the wing as my girl. But then it do bother me. Like, we transparent on the show.
Like,
it bothered me when another nigga like, hold on, cuz.
Like, I might be interested. You cock blocking.
It is blocking.
But see, me, like if it's close to the point, like if I know anything about y'all relationship, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like I can't go there. It's like, all right, if we cool enough to a certain extent for me to know about anything about your relationship, I'm not messing with bull. I'm not. Like, that's just weird.
It's crazy because I don't know. It's crazy because I definitely and I'm gonna say it. And I know people gonna be like, no, because I know people gonna be like,
but it's different for guys and girls though. Too.
But people gonna be like, this is fucked up. I know people gonna be like, this is fucked up and it's unfair. But I feel as though like I definitely couldn't fuck with like nobody that was like one of my homies, like exes. You know what I'm saying, and shit like that. Like I couldn't definitely like never do that. But I feel like I don't know, like. Not a friend, but like someone who like one of my ex-females knew, like a female, is like different for some reason for me. Like I could like, I don't know.
I can't be looking at a girl and like we talking like, hey, and we both know what we had.
Because
some type of way. Because it's like she like, hey, she looking at me and it's like, women, you know, women do that. They're like, oh, you're together. And it's just like telepathically, I know what the fuck you're getting, and it's like, damn, I don't feel special anymore. Like that shit kind of crazy.
And especially when you know too much about the girl, you're like, what in me did you see in her, and vice versa.
It makes me feel some type of way. It's just
salty.
Like I don't like. I want who I'm with. Like is mine. He's
and
mine.
And it's really funny
everybody
that you
have
said,
experienced it. You know?
It's really funny that you said it's different for guys and girls too, because for guys I feel like they don't mind sharing as much, but I feel like girls are way more territorial when it comes to their guys.
Hold on, that's not true. Hold on, wait.
I'm gonna tell you what it is with men. I'm gonna tell you what it is with men, and this is for me. Like I know for me, right? Men, like, if a woman give me a sign that she wants to be shared, I'm gonna let you be shared.
But like in rap songs, they be like, "Oh, I smashed her, then I passed her to my bro."
No, but that's not.
But in a song, a girl's not gonna be like, "I sat on it and then I let my girl sit on it." Like we're not doing that.
That's real. That's real.
We're definitely not doing it.
Men feel entitled while fucking with you. I think women always feel entitled to you.
Let me ask y'all something. Have y'all ever done this? Hold on. I gotta ask you an important question. Has everybody? I want to get everybody's answer. Have you ever avoided somebody because you thought you might want their person? Like this. Like, for example, I see a chick, I like her. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have some kind of... I never want to shake her man hand. If we at a motherfucking event and he happened to be there, the boy there, I'm on the wall all the way over here.
Salty
I'm
as
not,
hell?
not salty.
Just in preparation.
No, what I'm saying is,
He's like, if I had the opportunity, I'm taking your bitch.
I'm never going to walk into that cipher or huddle of niggas like, I see, it's him, 3 of my homies.
Oh, because you're waiting for his demise to ruin
Yeah.
Correct. It's like this. I'm never going to walk into that cipher and make a chance for me and him to be, I see that nigga
I thought we
from
was cool.
far.
Yeah.
One thing, listen, let me tell you something.
Hold on, real quick. I want to know, has anybody ever done anything like that? Ever?
I
don't think I've intentionally done anything like that. No.
Yeah, I met women and knew that I liked them and shit, and then like didn't want to know they man because I already knew like where I thought.
Come on, Devin.
Hold on, wait. Her answer is yes.
Come on.
Yo, her answer is absolutely yes. What about you?
No, I haven't. You know me. I'm me regardless. So I'm gonna be in the scene, and whether it goes that way or not, hey, we just happen to be in the same place at the same time, and I don't really like. You know what I mean?
No. So yeah, we're in the same place. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to dodge you, my nigga. If I see
don't
you,
dodge.
listen,
I
you
just
walk
don't
over
play.
to me, talk about some Dev Wade. Oh shit, I'm a big fan of your work, my nigga. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Jam be like, it ain't that good.
He said,
Jam might be like, I ain't that good, fam.
He looking like, bro, get away from me before you get your feelings hurt.
Like, bro,
stop talking to me.
there's plenty other graphic artists
I
out
show
there.
up.
Like, you about to not like me in a few
All the
minutes. You
time.
about to not like
No,
me.
because hold on, because I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. If you want to keep niggas away from your girl, everybody really pay attention. Befriend them niggas. Don't motherfucking cry and worry about the Boris Kojo looking nigga that's in your girl's cubicle. Make him your friend. Form an alliance with that nigga. Invite him over. Barbecue, bro. Come to the crib, my nigga. Roll out with him. Take him to the game with you and your niggas. Don't do the shit that niggas make the mistake where they make him the enemy. Now he got all the reasons in the world to fuck your bitch if y'all ever break up. You could take him off the boards
Sometimes,
for
listen,
life.
I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes that might not even work. Cause I think I think it's been situations like I think A-Rod was like friends with Mark Anthony and J Lo.
No, that was
yeah.
no. See, so now
I
you deal,
think-
but now you dealing with a different animal. You dealing with J Lo, and when you dealing with one of these like alpha women that feel like I'm living this life that seems like the world is about me. Like I'm the star of this shit,
Bro.
I can kind of do what I want.
But don't
That's
you?
what I'm saying.
listen,
They're at the top,
but-
so their circle
hold
is a
on.
lot smaller. So certain things are acceptable.
But listen,
when you're at the bottom and you're doing that, you're like, there's all these people.
All right, can we talk about the
I-
unspoken
not for
for a
you,
minute?
like-
Can we talk about the unspoken for a minute? Because I want to go back to sin, and it goes back to this. Like men, when we was talking about men, yes, a rapper. We want to talk about the rappers, whatever. Men would be quick to like toss a female, share a female, right? Females, I believe, will do it. Females just don't talk about it. Female ain't gonna come out here and say, I'm hopping on another
But
nigga.
you're talking
that
to two
another-
females that agree. So us two females would know about it because I'm going to tell her what I'm doing. So if she, for her to back me up means that us girls ain't talking about it in a community. Like,
Hold on, Porter.
But-
So Porter, this is what I think. I think what it is I don't think women want to share. I think that women are grimy to each other.
and they're going to do what they want to do to get what they want.
You do have that.
Because
You
when
do.
you'll tell your girlfriend, you know, he do this and do that. I hate this about him, but the dick is crazy. And all she heard was
Dick
"The
is
dick
crazy."
is crazy.
And that's why you don't speak on your man. You're not supposed to ever.
But
Way
look, but
back,
in
my
a
mama
lot,
said you don't ever do that.
Y'all
'cause
starting
you
to
just
catch on
giving-
to me. I'd be like, Andrew ain't
But in a-
shit.
but-
You get women that wasn't thinking about your man. Now they thinking about your man because they know more about him and they want that.
But the difference is that we don't do that about our girls neither. What she was talking about was like regular random Jones that niggas is just running through.
We'll never tell about
We'll
Y'all
share.
say-
I mean,
we'll-
at the
we'll-
end of the day, you always gonna have grimy people because there's a lot of grimy females out there. And like you said, that we agreed on our point, but also like I said, you do have women out there that's just the way they move.
That's
they don't
true.
have that code and they gonna move whatever the way they
Right.
move, and that's fine. I deal with it all the time.
And
That's
they
just
still
a- that's
look-
just a
Share
self-respect
whoever I'm with,
issue.
because every time I turn around, bitches be coming out
Listen,
the woodwork,
and all I'm
I'm
saying,
like,
and all
Right.
I'm saying is that I think it's more rare for the females to be just raw, blunt, outspoken about that type shit.
Yeah.
Even the ones that you said move grimy like that.
but
Nigga-
as a woman, we know who those females are.
But
now.
a woman will do this the same way they want out of a relationship where, well, men do it too. Cause arguments or make a different scenario so y'all can not become friends so that they can go do it. So they'll make a different beef with you so that they can feel
we wasn't friends when
we
it
wasn't
happened.
friends. We're not friends no more, so now I can fuck with your nigga. You know what I'm saying?
But women do that out of spite, though.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't like you, I'm a fuck your nigga.
yeah.
I believe it.
And I feel like
Have you-
it's something that
have
they were
you-
plotting on.
hold on. The way she said that, I want to zoom the camera in on her. Have you done things like this? Have you? Don't lie.
No, I have not done anything like that.
Have you thought about it?
It's done to her. It was
Have
done
I
to
thought
her.
about it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
It was a choice of, I'm going to go ahead and fuck her nigga. Fuck that bitch. Or it's like, no, stay on the path and get what's best for you and don't stoop and be petty.
Monica,
Right.
And it was like, it's two people sitting on the shoulders, and I'm like,
She had a Sin City on one
I mean,
shoulder.
I like that because a lot of times I was just thinking about that on the way here, right? And I just shot my man a long text about that, just telling him, don't let people turn us into them. Cause they do that and cause they into that type. Cause me and my man was talking about support the other day. He was just mad at me like, Rich, you support too many people. You speak highly of people and they don't do it for you. And you've been putting your thing down for so long. And I was just like, yo, fuck all that. Like, I know what I'm doing. And he was like, nah, we gotta stop. And I'm like, look, we ain't gonna stop being us to turn into one of them.
Right.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's like the same thing.
And that's the conversation that be happening. It's just like, do you do it? And you feel like, yeah, I got it. But then afterwards, like, then what?
Right.
Because it's like, now I done spent so much energy.
And now if they find out, that's another thing you got to deal with later on down the line.
I
And
don't
you want
wanna
to deal with
spend
that
that
when you're
energy.
doing better.
And the actual soul who Dom is actually gonna be disappointed in Dom.
Yeah.
Right. So, like
Know
I
what I
said, there's been times where I was just like, let me tell you something. But then it's like, nah, you bigger than that. Just go forward and just keep receiving your blessings and live your life the way you supposed to.
Right.
And just forget all that. Because you're going to supersede them anyway.
I've definitely
The
fucked
dev-
niggas, girls out
The
of spite.
devil in
And
you was probably the devil in you is probably like, damn, I just blocked the biggest blessing, aka the biggest.
yo,
shit.
real quick, listen. I'm trying to think. Out of all the times that I fucked somebody, girl, out of spite, like, oh, this nigga did this, he said this, he did this. I don't think I ever regretted it one time. I think it was awesome. It was fantastic.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You said fantastic a little too, like
Right, a little too
too
fantastical.
emphasis.
I'm just saying it felt good. I'm saying I didn't feel like a regret. It was like, no, nigga, this was kind of dope. I'm on your
And look,
bitch.
and
I
this,
might
and
actually
this,
do this
and this
again.
the reason why we shouldn't indulge in shit like this, because we talked about this before. Dev, you can't disrespect me and then choose the limit that I get to disrespect you back in. Because I've had somebody try to talk to my girl. She said no. I still fucked this girl. Like, because it was just like the principle of it. You tried. You missed. You tried, but you missed. So when me and my shorty fell out and I was in the position where I could do me, and you know, his joint been knocking.
He said, I'm going to show you why I'm that nigga.
You get your pass.
Let me ask the women here this, because we kind of talked about this on another show before, where we talked about how men will claim, because I'm telling you, I am 100% am a nigga that has been guilty of it in the past. If I'm talking to a John and I ain't got her all the way, even if I hit, whatever, like, but I ain't got her wrapped in all the way, I might let other people know that, you know, I see around her that's friends with me, like, yeah, you know me, because I want to kind of let that be known.
Right, you preserving her.
I'm trying to.
Right.
I'm trying to keep
the wolves off of her.
I'm trying to keep the wolves off.
Men definitely
you march
do
your
that.
territory.
Definitely. Y'all definitely
I do it.
that.
You mark your turf.
Definitely do
You
that.
marking your turf.
So, and I know that women do it, and we talked about how women will literally become friends with certain people or get in your circle.
I've
like,
seen it.
so we
My
talk.
best friend does that, and I'd be like, "Girl, if you don't back," and I'm cracking up because we actually just talked about this earlier today. She said, "If you come up with any stories," because there's so many times where I just want to tell one of her stories because I live vicariously through her crazy ass, and she gave me the go ahead today to say like if there was any stories that I could tell them. So here's one. So my best friend is the type of girl that doesn't care about who. She's flirtatious, so she doesn't care about who knows about what she did in circles. Okay. So she was dating this one guy, and, well, they weren't really dating because he would tell her, like, oh, we're not together, even though they were fucking for two years.
Okay.
So
let's go.
They were fucking for 2 years, but she thought they were together, and he kept reminding her that they weren't together. So he was like, yo, it'd be really dope, basically, if you slept with another friend of mine. So, you know, some time went by and she's like, why would I do that? Like, I thought me and you were together. So he broke up with her. Other bull swooped in. They got close. She ended up sleeping with him. And even though they were not together, he broke up with her, took her back, and then she just started hanging out with people in the same circle. And now she just still be seeing all of these people all the time. And then she'd be like, hey, Sin, come with me to this event, that event, and this event. And I'm like, I don't want to go there to see a whole bunch of different people.
That sounds like a master plan was orchestrated.
No, that's what I was going to say. No, Dom. My first question was, so when she split with the one dude, how did the other dude get in? Did he come? Did he initiate it?
Well, so...
Because that was easy to alley-oop. Like, yeah, bro, I dumped it, you pump it.
That was
So this one dude...
Dump and pump.
So my best friend, she's in a different type of community. Very festival-like, very hippie-like. So, you know, they have different rules and regulations, I guess, on sexuality.
So, that was an assist.
I have to give her the pass because she does live a different lifestyle than I do.
They're white.
Got it.
They're white.
9 times out of 10.
Is it hedonism?
Hedonism. We love that.
I
Jamaica.
don't know if it's hedonism.
Is it hedonism in Jamaica?
Go ahead.
Anyway, so he would throw like music festivals on his farm. He had a farm, so he would have his band play.
White.
Yeah, I said 9 times out of 10.
All right, let's go.
So he's that farm. She said white.
So yeah, he would have people there, and the other guy would be there, and guy number 1 would always say like, we're not together, we're not dating, but then they would just date for 2 years, if that makes sense, but they weren't dating.
So he never felt entitled to her? He basically like...
No, he never felt entitled to her, but then once she ended up catching feelings for guy number 2, that ended up not working, and then he was like, oh, well, you messed with my best friend, or something like that. And then she was like, first of all, you suggested it.
So listen.
You suggested it. You threw the oop, and now we're not together.
Explain it to me.
Can I explain it? Listen, Sin, can I explain this? Listen.
Oh, trust me, I get it. I know.
He set the trap for her to eliminate herself.
Exactly.
He set the trap for her to
I
eliminate
know.
herself.
So he had a reason to be like,
Wait,
well, you're like my best friend. I don't want to deal with you no more.
Exactly.
But guess what
Why did he do
He
that?
failed because he took her back. And they continued to talk. And then he would continue to say, well, I don't even love you, so we're not even going to be together.
No. What I'm saying is,
Explain to me
no.
what this man is doing,
So
please.
this is what he did.
Please.
You know,
Right.
he wants his access, but what he did was by setting up a situation where she could fuck his man, he eliminated her forever from him ever having
Because
to
she
be
did it?
with
But in
him.
her mind, she's like, I'm single. He's not claiming
No,
me.
that's fine.
And if I'm single, I can do what I want.
No, but
So
what,
he
what
self-sabotaged?
he
Is that
did,
what it
no.
is?
Listen,
Yeah,
what I'm
because-
saying. He never wanted to be with her. He wants her to be at his call forever.
But
he
2
wants
years
to at
is a
least
little
be-
excessive.
No, it's not.
No,
Niggas,
it's
hold on.
not.
Listen, let me tell you
Niggas
something.
over
Let me tell you
years.
something.
If you gonna
Let me
keep
tell
doing
you
it, they
something.
gonna keep
I'm
coming.
gonna keep it real. I had rosters that was a decade long. I'm talking about it's 10 years that I'm dealing with all these different joints. They
rosters.
they're rosters. And what happens is this one might get a boyfriend and disappear for 2 years, disappear for 3 years, but then she comes back into the fold. But you're dealing with all of these staggered people for 10 years. Niggas don't ever want them to all the way go away. They just want to make you eliminate yourself. You
but
can
here's where
never
it gets
be my
crazy.
girl.
This is where it gets crazy, though. She was over there like 4 out of the 7 days a week,
That's
though.
fine.
That's crazy
You
to me.
can have
They
a
don't
key.
care.
You can have a key to a nigga crib. And you still ain't my girl. You
That's
got a
crazy
key
to
to the crib. You got a toothbrush over this bitch. Everything.
So before he didn't have an excuse not to get with her, now he has an excuse?
now
that
he
was
has
the
a-
game plan?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
but the crazy thing is...
Monica's like, hold on, nigga did that to me.
I'm just learning, you know?
No, his game plan didn't work because he ended up taking her back for like another year.
He didn't
no,
take her
he
back.
said
It's
he
not
didn't
his
take her
girl.
back.
Take her back quotation. Y'all not telling me nothing that I didn't tell her. I'm just telling y'all what the
but
story
no,
is.
but we looking at
He
it like
wants her-
he didn't take her back. He just wanted to fuck for another year.
Yeah.
He wanted to fuck
He
again.
wants to fuck
He wanted
forever.
he wanted that access. That was
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
don't get it wrong. It be Jones that be like, y'all, they not wifey Jones,
Yeah.
but y'all got a super sexual relationship.
Yeah.
Where guess
And
what?
she might be cool. You might like the same movies. Y'all could vibe out, but it's just something about her that says, I just
can't.
couldn't see myself being with you, but I actually like you. That's why I said I would love multiple Jones. Like, actually, I love all 3 of them.
But
all
it
3.
also depends on where he at, because he's obviously in a point in his life he ain't ready to take anything serious.
Yeah,
so
but
he
now
out
it's
here.
now we're at the point though, because we're talking about going to certain groups just so we can hang out. Now we're at the point where it's like, in the beginning, she was like, all right, we have to go because so-and-so's going to be there. We're friends with so-and-so, and so-and-so's going to be there. So, you know, I would ride the little game because, you know, that's my best friend. I'm a road dog. I'm going to have her back regardless. You know what I mean? So I would go out. But now, thank God, we're getting to the point where she doesn't care to go anymore. She knows he's there. She's like, all right, we cool. We don't got to go.
So, Dev,
so
when
I
you
helped
say-
her through that. I did help her through that.
When you say love them,
Oh my
what
God.
do you mean?
All right, listen, this is what I'm saying. All right, so this is what I'm saying. When I say love them, right? I'm saying I care about their well-being.
Okay.
She's asking for a friend.
I think their personalities are completely dope. I worry about everything in their life. It's just there's disqualifiers that make it where it's like, you can't be my girl for these disqualifiers. If these disqualifiers weren't there, then I could be with you. But sometimes, this is the fucked up part, the disqualifier is the other bitches that I love.
Oh my God.
So this is fucked up. So this is what hold on, wait, so this is what's fucked up. Because it's like, you can't be with all three of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why
I'm
you're
not gonna
not
be with none of y'all.
Right. I'm
You
not
can
gonna
be with them if you on some Floyd Mayweather shit.
yeah,
You know,
God.
certain bags come through, they
Yeah.
gonna stay.
Doesn't the good outweigh the disqualifiers, though?
No, because
There's
it's
like strong
no, because I love
disqualifiers.
different things about the different bitches. Y'all all
If you
combine.
can put 'em
you
all
combine
together.
they combine to one joint.
All right, but if you had to choose one, what would you do?
Yeah, I didn't choose any of them.
He got to take
I
off
was
three.
with them.
I get what you go. Yeah,
That's what
women
niggas
we
do.
do that too, though.
We do.
We do, because it's like, I like him for this, I like him for this, I like for that. If I
Absolutely.
could put them all together and make one Superman, I would do it, but you can't.
But you
Yeah.
So
can't.
it's like,
But
but I don't
there's-
want to let them
I
down.
say I like it for
but
one thing,
there's
and there's
still-
8 disqualifiers about you.
Hey, look,
All
she
three
funny
of
as
them-
hell. She said women that had 5 niggas that make the colossal one nigga. Y'all can't put them all together, but y'all still keep the 5 separately.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
that
she
actually
Yeah,
make, like,
because
Optimus
I'm
Prime.
complete. They all adding something, so
They
I'm
serve
cool.
they serve their purpose.
They serve
Right.
their purpose, so overall, it's not one, it's a bunch, and I'm cool.
and what
That
I
ain't
tell
no
you,
violation when you single.
and I'll tell you,
That's
It's
what
not-
I'm saying. If
I'm-
I'm saying I'm single,
Legally,
Well,
but
you want to know what you
morally.
could do? You could sew up all your men together and name him Frankenfine.
none of the freaking fun. Yo, so no, but this is the thing. To answer Monica's question, niggas out there in the chat, let me know if you ever been in this. If you lose one of them Johns, you still go in a dark room. You
It still
still
hurts.
sitting there
Ooh,
hurt.
it still hurts.
You laying around. Damn.
You sick.
fuck.
You sick.
That
Your
was my
other- listen,
favorite side,
look,
nigga.
look, you
It's
at your
delusional.
other John crib. You
Delusional.
had number 3's John, right?
And she's
Sad
like,
as
what's
fuck.
wrong?
Sad as a
And she
motherfucker.
wondering what's wrong with you. You can't tell her.
Bitch, I just
Cause y'all
broke
the
up
John
with my
Wall.
bitch.
Number two, just the boy Jasmine came back around. He fucking her. You know what I'm saying?
Experiment 626 is no longer with us.
Yeah, and sometimes them Jones will try to tell you, like, look, Jasmine around. He acting like he want to be serious now. What you trying to do, Dev?
It's a
And you
team.
like, yo, and you sitting there like,
It's
yeah,
like
well,
you put together your
What do you
team when
do?
you lose a
You
team.
make
Nah,
me look at her.
you don't manipulate. You kind of let her know, like, I
What?
can't do it. Like, I can't do that.
No,
you just
you
hope,
don't. No,
you
you
hope
don't.
Jasmine
No, you don't.
eliminate itself.
You'll
Hey,
say
Dev.
that and then still sleep with her at the same
Have you
sentence.
ever felt like in some of these situations? Because I felt like, you know, I tried to be like pretty much honest and a good dude in a lot of these
Yeah.
situations where you was friends and girls that want more and shit like that. And I feel like sometimes there's been times where like women almost like, even in hindsight, talking to them later, like they almost like wanted you to lie to them.
Oh yeah.
Like I wanted you to lie. Like you needed to tell me this because I've lost a lot of friends just from being honest.
Yeah.
Like no, this ain't. It'll never go
for
nowhere.
sure.
Well, you got,
and
'cause you got
amazing.
people who can't handle the truth. That's one.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't handle the truth. They want it, but they can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta, take that in consideration. But I don't necessarily think that, like I said, they want you to lie. Like I said, they just can't.
They
I
just
think
want
we
you to
did- we
tell them
lied.
what they want to hear. Not
That's-
lie, but just, tell me what I want to hear.
No
We
woman
lied
wants
to
to
our-
hear like, yo, I really fuck with you heavy, but your kids is fucking jerks. I don't fuck with
Yeah,
them.
but you got, so example, like
Right.
guys don't want to hear, like it's situations where I'm like, you know what, I'm single. I'm doing me. But I'm going to tell you I'm single. So you're not the only person I'm talking to.
Niggas don't want to hear that.
So, right. But so some
Rich
guys be
friend
like,
Sam.
cool. Some guys be cool. But at the end of the day, like some guys would get hurt like, yo, but you talking to, why you ain't saying nothing? You lied to me. I didn't lie to you. I didn't tell you in detail about what was going on.
I
with
told
him.
you I was
She's
But at
single.
the end of the day, you ain't want to hear it. So all I just keep telling you is I'm single.
Yeah, but you ain't tell me, hold on, but you ain't tell me you was letting the nigga pipe.
Whoa! First of all, if I tell you you're not the only person I'm dealing with. Just know that.
Right.
But we
Now,
piping-
how much?
hold
Okay,
on.
I disclosed to you.
Y'all
Up to
piping
you.
wrong.
Because
Hold on,
can
go
you
where you
handle
going,
it?
go where you
Can
going.
you handle feeling.
We not piping exclusively, Dev. You can't say that.
No, but this is the thing.
We never had that
We piping raw. Only I'm allowed to pipe other people raw.
Oh, but in them type of time periods, if there's in them type of time, you can't pipe or everybody raw.
So hold on.
No, she piping you raw. That nigga put the yondom on.
Now, hold on.
What you talking about?
I agree, right? And this is just me just being honest again.
These are jokes.
I agree, but then at the same time, I kind of like disagree because I used to like not want to know from like a female friend who was just a friend, right? Mm-hmm. I already know that if we just friends, you got your other privileges. You still have your privileges.
Right.
I don't need to know details. Because when you tell me details, like if you tell me, like you fucking another nigga.
Yeah.
That's because you can't say that.
But even if somebody tell me like, you know, because what you were saying earlier kind of sound like you letting them know that it is somebody else and you is doing other things, but just worry about yourself.
No, when a guy hears I'm single,
and I get that, but
he needs to use his imagination on what single means.
I think a lot of stuff be easier said than done. I think that's the perfect way to say it.
Well,
because
I would be 100% honest.
Or why don't you want to hear
truthful about certain things? But if I know you ain't gonna be able to handle it, just know I just gotta leave it here. You're not the only one, so just do with that what you will.
I don't want people
but
to
I
decide for me what I can handle. I'd rather know the truth and then lie to my own self.
That's what we do.
And that's fine.
I did it. That's real. That's what we do. Because I was in a situation where I was like, I could do this. I was like, it's Porter. I'm like, do you? I'll do me.
Right.
Like, we do us still.
I can't even.
Whatever. And then next thing you know, once I started, because in all actuality, no, but what it was this. What it was this, is I was good with this person. I didn't need nothing else. Know what I'm saying? Now maybe she wasn't good all the way around the board with me.
So that's where you should have communicated, okay, I understand you're single, but I'm going to just let you know we single together, but I'm letting you know that you're the only person who I'm talking to.
No, but remember, hold on. But that's what I told y'all. I told y'all this woman was a narcissist.
Oh,
I told y'all I dealt with a woman before that told me like, Dev, I want to see other people. So I didn't want to do that, but I had to eat that, and I said, okay. All right, then I guess we'll
it's the same thing Jim told me.
I said, we'll see other people. And she was like,
Will.
Wow, that's crazy.
Can I say something real quick though?
But real quick, she was like, hold on, sis. She was like, that's crazy, Dev. You only wanted to see me. I said I wanted to see other people. So now you saying you want to see other people? That's super immature. That's crazy. So you tried to hit me with the
finesse.
You like your head all up.
I was like, oh, this bitch is a narcissist. She's crazy.
But doesn't it kind of make a little bit sense? Like, why are you gonna go out of your way just because I want to see other people?
You was talking this. You was
talking
like you just changed the rules.
Sometimes, maybe if y'all were both single but only seeing each other, sometimes. You know, you gotta go off and see what something else is like to know if home is really home.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, but that shit Dev just mentioned, that's all day. He was talking.
Oh no, she was definitely a psycho.
He was dating Scam Greer.
Like there's no way she should be able to do what she wants to do.
That's
what you
hands down. And
I agree with that.
And it'd be a lot of situations like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm talking about on both ends. From men trying to finesse women, from women trying to finesse men, right? You sign up for something. And then people start trying to switch it. That was crazy.
No, we're not wrapping up. Hold on, one question.
Hold on. I'm about to rap. Look, y'all. What y'all don't see off camera is I'll throw the joint and take the rap to go to the next segment. But let's let Monica get her last thing off because Monica is going through some things. Go ahead, Monica.
I'm not going through these things. My friend called me the other day and she was just asking.
Go ahead, Monica.
Oh, yeah.
If 9 times out of no from a male.
Come on, get it right, God damn it.
If a woman was to say that, like, you want to see other people, I'm saying I don't want to see other people. I just want to, I'm chilling with you. What is he going to do with me?
He's going to let you sit there and I'm
just
going
take advantage of it.
Take advantage, yeah.
All right, next segment. Let's
all right, so now, hold on, y'all. So this is very important. This is something that we're going to go into this other segment. I've been wanting to talk about this for a whole year. But I wanted to make sure that I had at least 2 mothers on the show at the same time.
I'm not
And we
answering
got
no more questions.
we got a mother here. We have a mother here. How many children do you have?
2.
You have 2.
And we
how
got-
old? How old?
15, 13.
We got
15,
2
13.
mothers and a motherfucker in the back.
So listen,
We good.
so,
Oh, by the
so
way,
listen.
from those of you that have been asking, my kid's 2 years old.
All right. So I shout out to J. Nicole, the Grief Bully. We did a show like a year ago, and it was T.I.'s niece came onto the show, and she was talking about how during childbirth she was faced with a life or death situation where she had to choose between her life and the child that she was birthing, life, right? For however this worked out medically. And it was a wild interview, but there was still like inappropriate laughs in the interview because it's just life. Like you gotta laugh at the pain sometimes. It was crazy.
Right.
It was a crazy interview. But in this interview, she said, I can't lie about what I said. When the doctor had asked her, like, what do we do? That her quote was, I don't know this baby. This was her exact words. Like she wasn't willing to die for the kid that she was birthing at the time. Now, I don't know if she already had her kid, other kids, a lot,
Right.
that she had the relationships with, all that type of stuff.
Right.
And it was crazy, but she was like, I just want to be candid about how this situation happened. So afterwards, I'm riding with my girl, and I bring up like, yo, it was a crazy interview.
I'm sweating.
And me and my girl kind of got into almost like an argument because we talked about if y'all were in the situation, men, women at home, and your wife is giving birth, she's in labor, and a doctor comes to you and says, we can only save one, your wife or the child, which one would you pick? Based off what I decided to choose, me and my girl got into like almost like a passionate argument. I couldn't believe we was in an argument that we was in.
Did you pick
On
to
a-
slump your girl?
No. I picked the kid to go.
Right.
I wasn't giving up my girl for nothing.
Right.
And my girl was like, yo, if you did that when I'm out that June, I'm done with you. Like, it's like a wrap. Like, if you going, like, this is our kid. You put the kid's safety and everything first.
Right.
But
Feel you.
my thing is like, well, we already got another kid. Like, your dedication
like
is
that's
to the
why-
kid that's already here. You're 15.
I feel
So
like
it would
that's
be
why
different?
I felt like that's why she kind of stood her ground on that, because she knows what it is like to bring life into the world and to take care of a child and to raise a child. And her loving you and knowing the type of man you are, regardless, in her head, she was probably thinking, if I go, she has him and they're going to be good regardless.
So
No, wait,
That's
what,
her
does
argument.
it change if, like, are you saying that if your son and your wife were hanging from a cliff, you would still pick your wife? Or right now it's different that it's in the world?
So I don't want to go. So that's a whole different joint
It
because
is
I
different
want to
for-
save it for a different joint. If it was the hanging from a cliff shit,
Right,
that shit is
I feel like it's different
different.
because you kind of already know them,
Yeah.
and this one's not
And-
really in
and
the
Because
world.
you
hanging-
don't know the baby?
No, you don't know the baby. And when you hanging from the cliff, you already know that you saving your wife and y'all letting y'all kid go.
Really?
She's going to be fucked up
And-
forever. He didn't get a chance to live yet. No,
And-
listen. Your wife already, we're already grown. We done experienced all of these things in life. He didn't get to even
Wait, I
see.
think you said it backwards. You said you're saving your son. From the
That's what I'm
cliff.
saying. That's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
okay.
What I'm saying
You would
is,
let your wife
what I'm
go.
saying, if I let my son go for
Yeah,
my
she
wife,
won't.
my wife is never. He didn't even get to
Yeah,
live yet.
yeah.
Like I'm talking about, but he's already alive. It's different. I'm saying that me and my girl is already the team. We the family. Okay, we got a baby on the way. For me, it's a no-brainer. That's just what I stand on. I'm holding on to my girl and our family. We'll try again to bring another life into this world if that's an option
If
for
it's
us.
said no
available.
newbies.
But what I'm saying is I'm not going. It's easy for that person to say, "Let me die," because they
Yeah.
don't got to deal with the after effects.
Right.
They're not left in the world. Like imagine that you got a baby. Now I got a baby by myself. My wife is dead.
You're grieving over the
My
success of
son
your
is
life.
looking like you let my mom die, bro. What the
And then
fuck?
the baby grows up knowing that he's the reason why.
It's so
a lot
much
of
to it that's
traumatized.
like that. But the thing is, the wife don't got to deal with it. So it's easy to say, to be the martyr and say, let me go, because you don't got to deal with none of the shit. So I wanted to ask the people at home, in the chat, and my castmates and my guest here, what would you want? I want to go right to Dominique. If you were in that scenario right now and you were giving birth and you got your husband and all of that, what would you want him to choose?
Choose me. I want them to choose me.
agree.
And you know what? And it's like, and I have kids, and and my kid, like I said, I have sons 15 and 13, but I've also lost. And at the end of the day, it might sound fucked up, but God willing, I can make another one. So my life is, you know what I mean? And I can't make that decision off of a baby that I don't even know. Like I said, you don't, and as a mother.
She said that.
Yeah, like as a mother, like
And the
said,
intentions are
bond.
good because you intended on having the baby, so it's not like you had ill intentions.
Right.
But I can't give up my life for I wouldn't be able to do
No,
that.
I agree. And
I don't think anybody in my family would want that either.
And what people don't understand is you would give up your life for your 13 and 15-year-old.
Oh, hands down.
That's exactly.
they still have more life to live.
Exactly. But like literally, my girl was like, it turned into a passionate argument where I was thinking like, you're crazy. Well, guess what? You're going to be mad. We're just going to break up. I know if I'm ever in that situation, I guess we're not going to be together. But in my mind, I know I'll be able to rest that night,
right,
knowing that you're alive, that you're still there to take care of our son, like everything.
There's a bigger chain reaction if you were to save the baby and not her than if it was the other way around. Like you said, the biggest chain reaction is not only is she's gone, you're raising the baby by yourself, you're grieving her loss, and your other son's looking this way. Now that baby's growing up saying, hey, I did this, and that baby may, God forbid, ultimately decide to commit suicide for the grief and the heaviness of knowing that growing up. So it's a tough situation. I can definitely see both sides, but I would definitely prefer to
I was actually going to say that, saying like I don't think there is a right or wrong answer here. I think to be honest, because we be talking about life, right? And that's like back to like what they trying to do now with like abortion laws and stuff like that, like telling people what they have to do, kind of like in certain situations is a little different. But I just feel like if a person chose, right, to say I'm gonna let the adult go and keep the child, right? I just feel like I can't say that person's like really like making the wrong decision, especially if the other partner is kind of like in agreement with them. Like, okay, because what you said made a strong point that if a parent has already have a child, then they've been through it before. They already experienced it. So I get it that this newborn baby, they don't really know like that, and they don't have the years of experience that they already had with a child that they raised, but they also know that's part of the blessing. That's what they have coming. They might be looking forward to it.
Or if you want to honor your wife's wishes, like if you know that she wouldn't want to, now you're kind of like, do I honor her wishes or?
I'm not honoring shit.
And I think that the same way, I think that the same way that a parent thinks, I can have another child.
I'll take it one step further. I would even say, even for me, like if I can reverse time and my mom was in that situation, I would get rid of me. Yeah, you stay. Like if you know what I'm saying,
that's a fact.
I would even go to that way. Like if it was me or my mom and I'm a baby, like now we go back.
Now, but
reverse time.
You don't even know what you're missing out on at that point.
Even if, like I said, if we can reverse time and my mom was in a situation, let me go.
Yeah. What do you think your mom would choose? That's the difference. What do you think your mom would choose?
I think my mom would have choose her.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She would have chose for her to go and for you to stay.
No, she would chose her life over mine.
Yeah, she don't know the baby. So I understand the whole thing of you. A lot of times what people do, because this is a crazy subject, and people could always say something is selfish, because that's what my girl said. But I could always reverse that and say, no, selfish the other way. It's easy for you to say that because you don't have to deal with anything. You're putting it on me. You know what I'm saying? So you can't no matter what way, it's selfish if you make a certain choice. And I just think that, yes, you have an idea of who your baby is and all of that type of stuff, and you love your baby off of an idea. Off of an idea.
And the fact that it's a part of you.
No, it's a part of you.
It came out of you.
It's a part of you, right? Exactly. How many people gave birth to their kid, right? And I'm not saying this is the extremes.
Right.
And they don't like this motherfucker at all. This the motherfucker that shot me. This the person that killed me. This the person that stole all my money.
I get
this
that.
the person that is. So in the beginning, you just have this love for the idea.
Ignorant
it's my
bliss.
son in my mind. He's going to be this, and he's going to. You got all these hopes, dreams, aspirations for what he is. God put you on the earth though as well, and they had things for you to do, and you've got assignments already, especially if you already have kids. So you're about to abandon the 15 and 13-year-old that you got right here for this other kid that isn't born yet, that didn't, isn't born yet. What does that say up to your kids when they like, you chose this? You don't even know the resentment sometimes those kids have over that kid.
Oh,
It's like, yo,
That's
my
real.
nigga, mom died because of you. It is not right.
Right.
What I'm saying is, these are the scenarios that are left when you let these, when you let it go down like that, because you're leaving all of these people in the middle of the mission. We were all on a family mission together.
I have a question. Is it possible to be selfish and selfishless at the same time?
And selfless.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. But is it possible?
In this situation?
I mean, it's all
Because could it be selfish for the mom to want to save her own life, but also be selfless to say, now my mom doesn't have to grieve for me. My brothers and sisters don't have to grieve for me. My kid that's already here is grieving for me over this baby that none of them had made connections with. Only I have made this connection with. So in a way, she's being selfish for wanting to keep her life, but selfless for thinking about everybody else around her who's
I
going
see
to
what
grieve
you're
when
saying.
she's gone.
I see what you're saying.
I think, and Sin keep making great points that only add to kind of like why I say there's really like no right or wrong answer. Because I feel as though like in the same scenario where Don mentioned like the kid, we can have another kid. A lot of times, if your wife is on her deathbed and with a pregnant child and she got to make this choice, wife or husband, right? A lot of times, these adults might feel like, yo, you'll find somebody else. God gonna place you with another amazing person. That's one thing. And then in another sense, a lot of times adults will feel like, I've lived my life. I've been here 40 years, 45 years. My child deserves a shot and an opportunity at life. And I understand that.
And I think it's easier said than done.
So if the husband said, all right, then we do that, but I'm out. I'm checking out then. I don't want to live a
then
life.
the conversation changes
So
again.
I don't, like, if a nigga's looking like, yeah, but now you're leaving me a widower, right? With multiple kids.
I get it. It's tough.
Like,
It's tough.
like, and you're just taking it that I'm going to get a new woman.
But you have to understand from a woman's mindset and how emotional we're thinking.
Yeah.
You guys are thinking logically, like the child hasn't been here, hasn't grown up, blah, blah, blah. We're thinking preparation. I put in 9 months of this work. Like the idea of the child is as real.
You put in 9 months there. You put in 9 months
nursery.
here plus 15 years. You got a 15-year-old son at the crib.
It's tough.
What are we talking about? No, I'm talking about that you took to all the games, fetting, all of that. You about to leave him on the earth.
But in her mind, this child is like real. You know what I'm saying? So the same reason she died for the 15-year-old.
What's his favorite color?
I don't know.
What's his favorite TV show? Hold on, wait. What's his favorite TV show?
Because she feels it.
What's his favorite nothing? You don't know nothing. You can name single thing about this human being right here that's next to you. You know what his favorite thing is.
But do you love the child because of what you know about him? Or do you love it because it's yours and you made
I
it?
think you do love people. No, I definitely. So we talked about unconditional love.
Yeah.
Yes, I do think you love a person based on all the things that you know about them. All. Sometimes when people say certain shit, bro, me personally, I feel like people that just say, I love my kids, but you've never talked to them. You don't know nothing about them.
Like a deadbeat.
It's like these deadbeat dads.
Yeah.
It's like, my nigga, that's something cool to say. You don't know nothing about that motherfucker, bro.
Depending who the person is and how the person takes it, though, Dev. Because I agree with what you're saying. I get it. I just feel like the same very reason why you saying a mom would choose the baby to go, right? If she got another kid. And then there's different layers to this shit. We're talking about, in this situation, we're talking about a parent who has another older kid, right?
Right.
And I just feel like the same reasons why she should probably choose the child, right? Because I got this other child. I did all this shit with him. I know him. I know his family. All those same reasons might be the reason, though, why she want the child to live.
So what is marriage? So if you talk about marriage, because in my situation, we're not even talking about being married, right?
Right.
But let's say we're talking about marriage. What does marriage mean to people when you say that you are dedicated to this person?
Right.
That this person is your number one person, but you saying you about to eject from the game, right? You're about to eject from the game. You're about to make the decision of the death do us part. You're going to choose the death that does us part.
Because I feel like a lot of times too, women often do forget you didn't make the baby by yourself. Like it is half of your egg, but it also came out of him as well. Just because he didn't carry it, he definitely did plant the seed that we fertilized. And I feel like a lot of women get selfish. And for a little bit of time, I can say that I was there too. Like, this is my baby, but it's not my baby.
Real quick.
I put half sin on that.
Go ahead, Monica.
What we were talking about before in the baby father being, in control of what happens, that's only in marriage, right?
Yeah,
Not just survive a baby with someone. Like, whose decision is it to save?
Yo, you know what?
I'm saying, like,
I think a lot of time, I think because if you're talking about who's I know what you're talking. I know exactly what you're talking
is
about.
it next to kin, I guess?
Yeah. But I don't know how that works when it comes to the father, because the father is in charge of that. So I don't know, in charge of the baby. Because they're asking, do you want your baby to live?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how
Like,
that
if I
works.
just had a
Legally,
kid with somebody,
y'all can let us know in the chat that
he's
too.
going to pick the child. If we're not together, like, come on. If we're not together and I just had a baby with
I
someone,
don't-
you don't think...
But you're talking the whole legal aspect of it. So, like, case in point, like, I was in a situation where, like I said, when you go, you got to sign that paperwork. Like, when I had the kid's father there, which was my husband at the time, there's paperwork you got to sign. If stuff goes left, he going to make the decision. So, and it's not even my decision, because at the end of the day, I know we're making this situation where, like, the wife is there like, no, let me go. She might not be coherent to make any decision.
Yeah.
You got to make that decision.
Right.
And that's why you sign that paperwork.
Right.
So it could be a situation where that decision is solely up to the man,
And
to the father.
And I do think, because what Monica was basically saying was, if the dude's not with the girl, he'll pick his kid. I don't think so. It is very hard to press the button on someone y'all have been intimate. You had conversations.
That's gotta be a special
This
kind
is
of
a
hate
real
for you to do
person
something.
that
I'm talking
you know.
about, but what about...
It's interesting.
I know.
I literally know you. We laid down and had
One night stand.
I want to know.
I still think niggas not hitting the button.
That's
like
crazy.
You gotta answer a lot of shit. Like, she got a mom, dad. You hit the button.
And to be honest,
I'ma
when you
ask-
said one night stand, I feel
You
like
wouldn't even have
most
the authority
likely,
to hit that damn
I feel like
button.
most likely a one night stand, not 100% of the time, but some of the times, if it's a one night stand and the lady's like, I'm keeping this baby, and he's like trying to throw that abortion at her, and she keeps it. Now she's stuck in this situation. He may still choose her
that's
because
crazy.
he's ultimately getting what he wanted in the
that's
first
crazy.
place.
Come on. Oh no.
No,
crazy.
I know it sounds fucked up, but
what
she,
he wanted.
oh my, she asked one night
No,
stand.
I see what she's saying.
But like, you know
he
what
said
I mean?
one
But
way
that
or
brings it to
another.
another point. People be hitting that button before it even gets
That's
there.
what I'm
They're like,
saying.
hey, you got a baby? Hit that button.
Shout out to Talk Heavy Podcast, brought to you by
Listen,
Cherry Hill Abortion.
I'm gonna ask my mom tonight, because this is really like an interesting. No. Reason why I'm gonna ask my mom. This is an interesting topic, and I want to ask my mom because I'm the youngest of 4, and my mom really like always say it to me like, I almost died having you, right? Like where it was some complications, and I would like to ask my mom and say, Mom, if they would have told you that you had to choose whether it's your life or my life, I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of like feel like my mom is, and my mom was married.
Yeah.
Married to my dad.
How would you react if she said that she would have chose herself instead of you?
I mean, I respect it. I understand it.
He gonna cry a little
Listen,
bit.
Would you live life?
just because
Would you live life with a cloud over your head?
Just
for
because, listen, I'm the type of person, and I know everybody's not like this, right? Because you got a lot of people in this world that think their way is the highway,
Yeah.
right? And they can't respect differences. I always talk about respecting difference. So I understand Dev's point of view. I understand Dom's point of view,
Yeah.
right? It takes, we partners. We did this together. We did the
Exactly.
one before this together. We did this together. Like, we got to continue doing shit
That's
together.
my whole point. The dad has a say.
I understand Dad's
100%.
pitch about not having his partner, how it's going to change him. And how do we have to take that into account? I understand everything that we discussing. At the same time, I just feel like it's definitely people for various reasons. One, maybe somebody feel like they lived their life. Two, maybe somebody feel like the relationship with the previous son is the very reason
You just
why
triggered
they want
another
this
thought.
same son. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's not a simple subject, and I really want to take it to real life and
Or
ask
like,
my
could you
mom.
imagine? Okay, so this is a crazy scenario I just thought of. Could you imagine though, like if you were carrying a man's son and like he somehow like passed away for some odd reason, and now you're carrying this deceased man's baby, and the reason why you decide to let the baby live over yourself is so his name could live on?
Oh, that's like a whole different John. That's saying that
Wait,
he's not
she's
there.
a director.
He's
Can we
not
make
there.
this a movie?
He's not
I
there.
was like, that was like a movie
Yeah,
joint.
he's not. Yeah, he's
She's
so
like, maybe I
that-
should be a writer.
That eliminates it because that's now that person isn't there. You're trying to do this last honor for that person. Let us know.
Even though, real quick before you move on, I did want to say that the same thing what you mentioned about when a parent might not, the kid might turn out to be a scumbag. They ain't fuck with you. It'd be like that with the adult and the partners too.
Yeah.
So it could be easy to cancel a partner for the same reason. You was a piece of shit the whole time we was together. We just happened to make a baby together.
And now I'm gonna cancel you.
Yeah, you're
But listen,
done.
I'm letting y'all
Take
know
my shit.
I'm not canceling my girl for nothing. We riding all the way to the end of the fucking earth. I don't want to hear none of that
He
shit.
don't want to get
Like,
beat
look,
up. He don't want
listen.
no smoke with
Nah,
Connie.
it ain't even that.
Even
no.
though he
We
stood
are-
10
no,
toes
no,
down.
no.
He's
We
getting
are-
smoked.
no,
She's
I'm
over
getting-
there watching and saying, fuck
she's
you.
saying,
He
she's
stood
saying,
10 toes
she's
down
saying
on his
we're
opinion
done.
in front of everybody.
She's
After
saying
y'all
we
just argued
done.
about it.
Yeah, she's saying we done if I make that choice. I'm making that choice. We're gonna have to be donezo. You know what I'm
She
saying?
said, welcome to,
I'll
he
be-
said, welcome to death row.
I'll know exactly,
Records.
what I need to do in my heart and what I think is right. And I feel like the partnership with the husband and wife or the couple supersedes. But if it's a brand new baby, that's just my point. But let us know in the chat. Don't disrespect each other in the chat. But go in there and give y'all opinions and stuff like that. Now, before we get out of here, we got to do this. It's time for Was Hot, Now Is Not. Y'all already know how we do that with the show. Let's start off with Porta Rich. Was hot, now is not.
Listen, I gotta go there on you guys. I see a lot of these young kids all over the ghettos all across America. They on these pedal bikes, right? They doing their pedal bike thing. And I know when we was young and we got on the pedal bikes, the next fantasy was like the motorcycle. Because we would see motorcycles too. So that was like the next elevation. And when we was young, we really wasn't ready for the motorcycles anyway. We probably couldn't afford them anyway. So what we did was we would take the quarter juice hugs or the 50-cent juice hugs, the plastic ones. We'd smash them. You put it in your back tire, right? In your back tire, like near the brakes, if I ain't mistaken, it turns the bike into a motorbike. I don't know how hot this was, if this was hot in your hood. I know in my hood, nigga, we was coming by on pedal bikes, and that thing was like, and niggas was like, it was really like, no, for the kids, this was hot. To turn your bike into like a dirt bike because you done took the quarter juice, stuck it in the brake pad.
It just made the sound
Wedged
of a
it.
dirt
It's like
bike.
when they put the cars,
yeah.
I think in my neighborhood, it
The
was like the
baseball
deck of
card
cards.
with the paper
cards.
clip.
The
Nah,
deck of
listen,
cards.
I think all that hot shit we used to do from nothing, created it from nothing, was hot, man. And it really saved us in the ghetto.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, it didn't turn it into a bike. It
Did
just
you
made-
ever do one?
It made
Made
it
it
sound.
sound
Fuck no.
like-
Fuck no.
made me think like-
Listen, I bought I went to Discount Harry. Shout out to Discount Harry's.
Go,
And I told
Harry.
y'all about this before. I went and bought the turbo switch joint. And then this bitch ass nigga named Don Michael Jr. Tracks Trigger stole my fucking bike, and I found out when we was like 32 years old. The nigga stole my bike from Ferry Station. I left it outside real quick, and that nigga stole that shit and then left it in a baseball field and lost my shit. And then one day we was just talking, and he was just like, yo, one day I was out Ferry Station, me and my man, and we saw the gray joint, and it had the red button on it.
At least he didn't know if it was yours.
Wait, you guys weren't friends back then, though?
No.
Or you were, oh
no.
my God.
Now we're talking literally it's 20 years later, and he's just telling me how he was stealing bikes out Ferry Station. And I'm like,
Wow.
you was stealing bikes out Ferry Station? He's like, yeah, there's one
That's
joint.
like a beautiful love
So
story.
he told me,
Yeah, it was like full circle.
so he tells me about the bike. This is my business partner, and I told y'all this before, but I said, What was on that bike that was something like special about that bike? Was it something that he was like, yo, it had this red button and you hit the button, and I knew it was only one in Discount Harry's. I was mad. I had to walk outside and really sit. I called my mom. Mom.
The mystery of the missing bike.
Remember when my bike got stolen?
Like, I found the nigga who did it.
It was tracks. She was like, Day, are you serious? It was tracks. Oh my God.
But you know what the issue was? You ain't had that plastic shit in your tire because you would have heard him pulling off.
Oh my goodness.
You fucked up for not doing the hood shit.
Porta Rich is absolutely right. I fucked up not putting that on the joint because it was quiet when it hit that.
He rode off
turbo.
quietly. If you would have bet the thing in there, he'd have rode out that shit would have been like,
I hate him.
Damn.
I
Who
got
else?
one.
What you got?
Okay, mine might be a little bit more serious, but okay, so back then it used to be hot to get married, buy a house, and then have kids. Now it's more normalized to have the kids,
Reverse.
get the house, and then get married. So it was hot, and now who gives a fuck?
Was hot, now who gives a fuck? That's
a
definitely
lot of
one.
tradition
Hashtag
has
that.
changed. A lot of old tradition and stuff has changed.
Monica, what you got?
Tree houses.
Yo,
No, I still
wait. Check this out. Number one. I'm from the hood. I never knew one
Oh
nigga.
shit, y'all don't even got trees.
I never knew one nigga with a treehouse
They
my
got
whole
cinder
life.
blocks.
We actually in the hood, we actually just chilled in the trees regular. Like we had apple trees and shit, and we was like, fuck building a house. We just go up there and lean on a joint and eat an apple. like we good.
You had an apple
Like Tom
trees?
Sawyer.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Monica's from some other shit. I told y'all she was white. She was white. Go
We
ahead.
did that too. We climbed in the trees and just chilled.
Nah,
and
you
shit like
can't.
that.
You can't get that off no more. Hold on, y'all didn't have
We were
milk
like-
crate basketball
Basketball courts.
joints. Nah, that's what we had. All of our light poles had milk crates on them, and that's what we used to play basketball. We played football with milk cartons, and they would like fold them up a certain way and like put shit in them to make them heavier. And we
So
would
much
play
shit.
Football.
Huh?
Yeah,
Slingshots.
You threw the milk crates?
milk carton.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of a ball.
We made slingshots with 2x4s and the what you call the pinches for the clothes when you doing
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
clothespins and the 2x4s. We made the illest slingshots and used to have shootouts
With a
in the
rubber
hood.
band?
Yeah.
Rubber band, nails, but no, these was like ghost guns before ghost guns.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
like
No,
it would shoot
seriously.
into the tree.
Seriously, like
Oh,
you
wow.
could make some mean shit. Niggas would make the double barrel, right?
Yeah, you're
Come
right.
on, you set
Double
up,
barrel.
ready to
Yeah.
go. Like niggas was creative.
Yeah,
in the hood.
same dude, Don Michael Jr. rapped about that and shit. Dick dumping behind trees and doing that. So you grew up with a fucking a tree house.
I grew up watching other kids have tree houses.
Oh, you didn't have
He
one?
said,
We didn't have
you
them.
really white, but I'm really biracial because I just went across the street and used my neighbors.
You are.
I
I
didn't
think-
own it, but I used somebody else's.
I think-
I didn't grow up. I didn't.
And I'm talking about the
My
basketball hoop,
childhood
not a
was
tree
lit
house.
though. We were definitely climbing trees. My family was a clean, barefoot, running. I mean, we had grass.
I never actually got to be in a tree house, but I was definitely in a house with trees. Heavy.
Yo, that's crazy.
Heavy.
Just coming through the floor.
Heavy. Is it
They're not bagging weed.
selling drugs. Hey yo,
Either we were selling it or smoking it.
I told you, Monica is clueless to everything. She said,
Trees coming through the floor.
through the ground."
I'm thinking you're staying in a trap house that like literally got a tree branch
my
coming
No,
through.
niggas was selling fucking.
Or smoking.
trees.
You
Or
probably
smoking.
would have considered that a tree house.
Listen. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna let Dominique Janelle go first. You know what I'm saying? What you got?
Get it, dumb.
Come on, Dom.
What was hot and what's not?
Yeah.
What was hot?
What was hot and is not now McDonald's.
So-
Trash.
McDonald's is still kind.
McDonald's is not
They-
hot. Who
they-
eats there?
The hype
No,
is
Billion
My
people,
son-
they
No,
still
she's
say-
spitting facts.
No, I know what
she's
she's talking
spitting
about.
facts.
She is.
No, bro.
They're not as good as they used to.
But
The
they're
hype
not
isn't
good.
there.
They used
but
to go to McDonald's like all now it's like, ooh, you eat that shit.
Not
I
even
bet
that
you.
it-
Listen, I bet you McDonald's is serving 2 billion people now.
Yeah,
No,
no,
but
but
listen.
no, because I feel like a lot of people in the world are more on their health kit.
Yes,
So they're
yes,
starting
yes,
to get
yes.
rid of
That's
they're
McDonald's
like
ain't
It's
it.
not even
Well,
that.
how you
It's not
gonna do?
even.
How you gonna do health shit if your pockets ain't screaming healthy?
Mm.
That's why a lot of people end
So-
back up
so-
in McDonald's.
I mean, you can still go to the Acme me to the fruit mark and buy in bulk. When that stuff's about to go bad, you can get a lot for a little
I would say,
and still be healthy.
But just like how McDonald's used to be hot, that's
The
how like
hype.
Chick-fil-A
It's
hot
not
now.
even-
Like
yeah.
Chick-fil-A is like the fast food spot for everybody, but that's how McDonald's used to be. McDonald's just ain't it.
Listen,
And
this is
even
what.
when you
No,
order,
listen.
when
First
you
of all,
order an
you
apple
never
pie, there's no
you
pie
can't.
filling
wants a
inside
Big
of it.
Mac.
Yeah.
Yo, listen. First of all, stop comparing Chick-fil-A to McDonald's, because that's like comparing like fucking Harvard to like one of these community colleges. Like you can't do that. Like they obviously have different
But
systems.
Chick-fil-A been around just as long, but they wasn't hot then. That's what
That's
I'm saying.
true.
Chick-fil-A was around when
McDonald's was the
hot.
after
They
spot
wasn't
after you
hot
get
then.
No,
drunk.
no,
You go
listen,
fuck
listen.
some chicken nuggets.
It's
Listen.
their kindness that got them hot. They
Somebody,
Right.
listen. People in the chat, y'all got all the time to be fucking getting all the analytics. We want to know
I'ma go
what the
grab that
profit
wheel.
margins are, what McDonald's is doing. As far as I know, I fuck McDonald's, but my son and other kids, the first food that every child actually asks for is fries from McDonald's. When they see them golden arches and they ride by,
Fry
that's what they want. Fry.
fries.
They want motherfucking fries. That's what kids want. I'm gonna tell y'all, my was hot, now it's not. And my was hot, now it's not. Is the gym. I believe that around my timeline, around 2014, 15, everybody was in the gym. It was chicks that never lost no weight, but they was always taking that mirror picture
Right.
in the gym.
I feel like that's
Every
still
I disagree. I feel like it's the
fucking-
opposite. I
Yeah.
feel like it
No,
wasn't as popular.
No,
as
it
now.
was. So during the time of both, the gym time period is the same time period as tattoos. When everybody was just trying to get tatted up top to
Right.
bottom, it was a big deal. You had Ink and Hip Hop magazine and all these ink magazines popping out. Nobody gives a fuck
Everybody
no more.
wearing Chinese letters.
Yeah, right. Everything, and people ran out of space on their bodies, and I think that could have correlated with why people were trying to get in shape. But now the gym is just something that people do. You know, people still in there. But there was a gym surge where it was, what was it like? Do you even lift? And all of these things
you
that
even
people
lift, bro?
do you even lift, bro? And all of these things that was around. I think people got over that shit, and now they just like, fuck it. I go when I go. I don't when I don't.
That's
But
because the BBLs is popping down.
That's true.
The surgeries is popping now. I ain't got to work out. Fuck that. Niggas is getting their abs etched in. Like,
So the
That's
time change, because even with a woman, if you out of shape,
They said if
It's
I don't
all-
go to the gym in X amount of time, I could save X amount of dollars to pay for my abs to get etched in.
and for the women, what happens is if a woman is big, as long as now the hips stick out further, it's acceptable. It's like you're still big as hell right here, but then you got the horse jones that come out on the side, so it's still shapely.
I don't
so
like
you
that,
can get
though.
it
I feel
off.
like we're just
if
more
the
body
hips,
positive.
if the hips is crazy,
That
but then
too.
the ass
More
is
body
like
positive.
super
That
like
too.
pushed in like flat,
No,
it's
but then
gonna
the
look like
ass,
a horseshoe.
but the ass don't be like that, because what they do is they take fat from the body and put it on the hips and the ass. They do it all. But what I'm saying is, instead of her reducing her waist,
Right.
she just said, "Well, fuck it. As long as I got the big ass in the hips, I'm good."
I'm going to just throw a
Proportion
waist
wise,
trainer on. We in there.
exactly. So that's my.
So you get
was
naked
hot.
with her. That shit come out the woodworks like,
And
we
guess
was
what?
here too.
And guess what?
Busted biscuits.
Niggas is still going, and niggas is still
Still
going
going
bust
ahead.
the biscuits. That's the
9 times out of 10. especially.
That's the thing. A lot of niggas ain't walking off. So we got the wheel out. We got the wheel out. We got the wheel
And we got
out,
money.
and we got motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? So, we appreciate everybody. We want y'all to tell us in the chat real quick about your opinions about the life or death, Joan. Make sure you share these clips. Make sure you click like. Tell people about the Devinwade Show. Before we get out of here, shout out to, and let's make some noise for our guest in the building, Dominique Janelle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She will be directing a nasty, filthy sex scene with Monica Mulatto soon, and Kyrie Terrell, butt ass naked, doing a thing.
Money Lovers.
Yeah, Money Lovers Part 2, or the uncut version where it just shows Kyrie fuck somebody random for no reason.
The X-rated Money Lovers. Money Lovers Triple X.
Yeah, exactly. Can we get a spin on the motherfucking wheel? What is it, Monica?
Twerk,
Oh, twerk.